is someone who's concerned about speeding. How would you address the problem of speeding in town? Mr. Miranda, Mr. Fonte, Ms. Chan-Horning, and Mr. Rabilla. Mr. Miranda, speeding.
Speeding is a big concern of mine. I mean, we have kids that are walking, streets, crossing the streets, riding bicycle. We have senior citizens that cross the street. We have Acting Chief Morrison that I think if we sat down, I'm sure he's implemented some issues to assure speeding. As a police officer, we could have radar. We could have, on a county road, you could have county police to monitor it. To me, it's a big concern. I mean, you got all these kids that are crossing these streets, and it's a big issue.
Thank you. Mr. Fonte.
All right, thank you. I would agree. Speeding over the last few years that I've been walking and hearing has been one of the major issues here in town. And yeah, we do have children, we have elderly trying to cross streets, and they shouldn't have to play Frogger to get across the street. But as with any issue involving speeding, we need enforcement. It's not enough to talk about slowing speeders down. From my understanding, the police have increased their patrols and increased their traps to get speeders, which I absolutely think is a step in the right direction. But honestly, and I think anyone here and watching at home knows, the only way you're going to slow a speeder down is with the threat of actually being penalized. When you hit them in the pocket, that's when they slow down. When I used to drive on the Parkway, several miles before 137, maybe you guys have seen it, they had I don't know if they have it now, but they had a dummy car there. And I can tell you, I saw the brake lights when we went by. So although there was no one really in there stopping people, the threat of being pulled over slowed them down. So enforcement is the bottom line. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Chan-Horning.
Well, like everybody else, I'm sure, speeding is, of course, a big concern to me. I've got two small kids, one of whom just started walking about 2 weeks ago. So, and I know, I live right near Sumner Avenue, right near Locust Street, where cars are speeding by all the time, and it's terrifying trying to cross the streets, especially, carrying one, got one in a stroller. I don't know, I completely agree with Mr. Fonte. Enforcement is the main thing. It seems kind of silly to put in all sorts of new rules or anything else when what you need to do is enforce the current speed limits. I know that there are certain stretches in other towns that have, I forget what they're called, speed traps basically, and this is actually a great source of revenue for these towns because people come speeding through their towns, they get tickets, it's a boon for them. And I don't know, as far as on the local level, on some small streets, I know nearby, I don't remember which street it's on, there are speed humps for small streets that are big problems, so maybe that can be implemented somewhere. Yeah, obviously, I don't think speeding is or reducing the speeding in town is something that anybody is against, right? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Rabilla.
Thank you, Michelle. Speeding is no doubt foremost in a lot of people's mind when it comes to safety. In the last couple of months, speeding has been, radar patrols have been stepped up in Roselle Park. We know that through the police department. What's different is that several weeks ago, I've asked the Traffic Safety Division to model a speed detector system after Westfield, where they have portable speed readouts that you can place on a temporary pole in order that will serve as a deterrent to speeders. People are going to speed, but if they see a deterrent, it may prevent them from speeding. It's been stepped up, it's been addressed, we'll continue to address it, it's top on our list, and that's all I have.
Thank you.